In this video, our intention is to give you the basics on what bail is and how it works. Bail is the amount of money a defendant must pay to be released from custody until their trial is heard. The purpose of bail is to make sure the defendant shows up to all required court appearances. Once the defendant's trial has concluded, the bail is returned to the individual who posted it. If the defendant fails to appear, they risk having the bail forfeited, meaning that it will not be returned to them or to the person who posted it on their behalf. The magistrate will weigh many factors when deciding the initial amount and type of bail to set. Some of these factors include the risk of flight by the defendant, the seriousness of the alleged crime or crimes, the safety of the community, and the defendant's criminal history, if any. Bail may be imposed with certain conditions, such as a no-contact order with the alleged victim, or any number of other conditions based on the specifics of the case. Bail will be set at an initial court appearance, but it can be modified up or down by a higher court as the case moves along. So what are the types of bail? First, there is own recognizance bail. The judge may release a defendant on his or her own recognizance. This is often known as an OR bond. With own recognizance bail, the defendant is not required to post any money or security, but must sign a bond guaranteeing their future court appearance. The next type of bail is called unsecured bail. If a judge imposes unsecured bail, the defendant must again sign a bond guaranteeing his or her future court appearance. If the defendant does not appear, the court may then require the defendant to pay a designated amount of money. Then there is secured bail. With secured bail, the defendant must pay the court a designated amount of money or post security in the amount of the bail in order to be released. This security can be in the form of cash or property and may be posted by the defendant or by someone on his or her behalf, for instance, a relative, a friend, or a bail bond company. The last and most restrictive type of bail is cash-only bail. If the court sets a cash-only bail, the defendant or someone on his or her behalf must pay the court a designated amount of money in order to be released. The defendant and the co-signer, if any, must sign the bond that guarantees the defendant's appearance at future court hearings. Cash only means just that. The bond cannot be paid by any other means than United States currency. So, how do bail bonds work? And how can you get a bail bonds company to assist you with posting bond for your loved one? A bail bond is a written guarantee that a defendant will attend all future court proceedings. While private citizens can post bail, often the amount of bail required for an individual to be released from custody is more than a defendant and his or her family can afford. Bail bond companies are private companies which work with insurance companies to provide bail for people who contract with them for that service. They will charge a certain percentage of the total bail for the use of their services, which is non-refundable. That percentage will generally be higher for cash-only bail than for secured bail. In certain situations, a bail bonds company may be willing to set up payment arrangements. If you post bail for your loved one and they do not appear in court, you will likely lose all of the money you paid for their bail. But you should also understand that if you work through a bail bonds company to post the bail, whatever they charge you is completely non-refundable, even if your loved one appears in court every single time they are required to do so. Why is that? Well, you are paying the bail bond company for their services to post bond on your loved one's behalf when you do not have enough money to post the bail yourself. This is how the bail bond company is able to make money. There is a list of authorized bail bond companies available online, and at most, if not all, police stations. If you post the bail amount yourself, or pay a bail bond company to post bond for your loved one for the current charges they are facing so that they can be released from prison to await their next hearing, and they have an older charge, a charge in a different state, or an administrative warrant holding them, your loved one may still be held at the prison. So before posting bail either directly to the court or paying a bail bond company to post the bail, you may want to make sure that your loved one does not have other charges that may keep them detained even after you have paid. If a defendant for whom bail has been posted by a bail bond company does not show up for court, also known as skipping bail, that company may forfeit the full amount it paid to the court. For that reason, bail bond companies will often send out bail enforcement agents, licensed by the Delaware Department of Homeland Security, to locate the person who has failed to appear and bring them to the court so that the company can protect their financial interest. Again, bail is a tool used by the courts mainly to help ensure that an individual appears at future court hearings. In setting bail, however, the court also takes into consideration any potential significant danger posed to a particular individual or to the general public if the defendant were to be released without some guarantee.